And good morning, everyone. Welcome to this day, another, well, slightly rainy day, but I'll tell you all about that in just a moment. On our show today, we have Dr. Chuck Lee and Dr. Christine Chung from Several Day Dental. They're going to tell you all about different kinds of oral care to keep you looking good. And also the Village Library. Eileen Ordway is here, and they're expanding some of their selections over there. They always got a lot of great things going on. She'll tell you about that, and their book club started up, I think, just a couple weeks ago, so there's still time for you to join. We're going to bring you a segment from RadNet. They always have some really great information about getting yourself better if you have cancer and different treatments, and the Bowers Museum. And they're going to have a lot of great events coming up soon, including one that I'm interested in. They're going to have the Walt Disney Archives there just about a month or so. All right, now, as far as meetings go, there are two open meetings. GRF has their purchasing meeting in the boardroom, their purchasing task force at 1:30, and then the Garden Villa Rec Room Subcommittee will be at 2 o'clock also in the boardroom. So they're probably not expecting the first meeting to be too long, since they're both listed in the same. They're both listed in the boardroom. So that's the information I have, and I'm wondering if that might change, because the purchasing meeting is listed to go for about 3 hours. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but I'm just looking at what the information that I got. They're both listed in the boardroom. All right, let's look at the weather, and kind of a strange day today. First, the rain we've had so far at our house, slightly over a quarter inch in total, so not a whole lot. If you're watching us in the morning, do expect a little bit of scattered rain out there for another couple hours or so. Then we're going to be getting, in fact, we've already started in some cases, that offshore wind, and that's going to gain strength as we get in the afternoon, particularly overnight tonight into Tuesday. So do expect some very strong winds once again. This area, it may not be quite as bad as it was, about a week or so, whatever that was, excuse me, a week and a half ago, but do expect that. So today it's kind of, look at the temperature, 70 degrees. It's sort of a strange day out. We started out very cold. We were about 45, I can tell you, at our house, a little bit cool, a little bit warmer down here. And then we're going to go up to about 70 degrees. And I had to double check that. I looked at 3 different sources, and they all say, right around 70 degrees. So there you are. We're going to start to see the sun coming up or expand in a little while. Partly cloudy right now, actually mostly cloudy in the morning, partly cloudy, and then probably pretty sunny by the afternoon. Sunny going forward, and then another chance of some rain coming in Friday night, and then possibly into Saturday of next weekend. Around Orange County and the other areas, relatively mild weather, except Big Bear. Look at them, 37 degrees. In Palm Springs, only 67 today. That's because, you get these offshore winds. It's typically warmer here, even this time of the year, than it is out there. So not a bad day. Sunshine's going to be on the way if you're watching us in the morning. We'll be back in just a moment.
Jacobson McCall have created Agent 55, a real estate firm focused on 55-plus communities.
Agent 55 and the marketing technology allows us to deliver even more to buyers and sellers.
Everyone respects Kelly's over 30 years experience as a top sales producer and trusted expert within 55-plus communities.
Agent 55 has great knowledge of Laguna Woods.
Agent 55 offers something powerful and unique. We guarantee it. Ask us how.
Hey Laguna Woods, it's Ken.
And Lisa.
Did you miss an episode of This Day? Not to worry. Head over to youtube.com and search Village Television.
Here you can find each episode of This Day and other community programs such as Good Day OC, Discovering Laguna Woods, and much more.
Just click the red subscribe button, then click the bell to be emailed every time we upload a video.
Don't miss out.
And subscribe today.
This is how we burger, brew, and cue. Pick a town. Arrive hungry, real hungry. Start with a massive burger. Charred, juicy, add bacon, a buttery bun, pile high. Serve it up, wash it down. Creamy, hoppy, fruity, malty. We're not done yet. Q-time, deep fried, sauce soaked, pork ribs, meaty, tender. I'm full. Where to next?
All new Burgers Brew and Q, Tuesday at 9. Cooking Channel. Stay fired up.
At Freedom Village Assisted Living, we provide loving care and support when your loved one needs it most. We believe in laughing more and caring more. Dining will be an experience, not just a meal. We offer opportunities to create new memories. Your family will feel like they are part of our family as we work toward creating an extraordinary difference in lives worth living. To schedule a tour and complimentary lunch and for more information, please call us at 949-340-8108 or visit our website, freedomvillage.org.
Welcome back. I'm Kiana Lee. Today we're talking to Dr. Chuck Lee of 7-Day Dental. Today's topic is emergency dental care. Doctor, what do we need to know about emergency dental care?
At 7-Day Dental, we are open 7 days a week, 365 days a year for your dental needs.
Thank you, Doctor. So come on in and get your 7-Day Dental smile.
With me right now from 7-Day Dental is Dr. Christine Chung and Dr. Chuck Lee. Great to have you back. Happy New Year to you.
Good
Happy
morning.
New Year.
Happy New
Yes,
Year.
and we're saying Happy New Year. We haven't seen him so far this year, so Happy New Year to you. And Happy Valentine's Day coming up, I guess, too. So what we want to talk about is just in general, you know, why people go to the dentist. You know, they might be doing all right and, you know, don't have any really problems and all. But especially as you get a little bit older, you might have dentures. You might have some problems that just due to getting a bit older that years ago you didn't have to worry about too much, like anything else, like your hearing, like your eyesight, like just about everything.
So the common thinking is that I don't have pain. I don't need to go to the dentist. And we can't stress the important thing enough that regular checkup, we set out 6 months as a standard time to go see your dentist for a regular checkup so we can detect any gum disease, dental decay, and then now oral cancer. We screen oral cancer annually.
Okay.
The American Society of Cancer recommends that every patient should be screened annually for early detection of oral cancer.
Okay. And what do you do to screen that? Is it just visual, or is there something else that you do?
We do a visual, and if we suspect anything, there's more things that we can do. We can do the use a light. We can use a light. We can do. There's many ways, but the first thing is, I think we all feel like, in the medical field, like, hey, I'm not sick. I'm fine. I don't need to go to a medical doctor. I think in dentistry it's a little different because gum disease is a silent disease. It doesn't show up and it doesn't manifest itself until it's really bad. And so the first thing that I think a lot of people miss is the gum disease. The gum disease. So when patients come in, we do a thorough screening because gum disease is being that you don't spot it on really early. So we measure the gum, we measure the pockets. We want to make sure the pockets are minimal, and if we see inflammation or any bleeding, we're going to we may recommend deep cleaning more than that.
All right. And another thing you want to mention is dry mouth.
Yes.
And, we all get that now and then, but I understand that it can be chronic for some folks. It can be caused by medication or maybe a symptom of something else that could be going on. Quite often, diseases like Sjogren's and others, the first sign are dry mouth, dry eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on the Sjogren, that's a different story. But usually, I feel that patients, they're fine. They don't have any medical issue, but maybe it's a little high blood pressure, maybe it's high cholesterol, and they're on medicine, daily.
Right.
And what happened is when they have dry mouth, it doesn't affect like overnight. It's a slow progress. And so you think that, oh, it's normal, I'm getting dry mouth. You're not seeing a drastic, like a night, huge difference. So what I always tell patients is, if you're taking medicine, let us know, because some medicine can affect everybody differently. And one of the side effects is dry mouth. And we have dry mouth. I usually tell patients to, one, brush longer, because when you have dry mouth, you're going to get accumulation of food around the gum and around the teeth a lot more than you did before. So if we're brushing the same amount of time as we did 20, 30 years ago, we may not be removing enough. So we have to spend more time. And the second thing I also tell patients is sometimes we may recommend supplements, such as extra fluoride, to strengthen the teeth, because now there's more accumulation of plaque and food. So that will help them fight the dry mouth. And they may be on, we may recommend some different rinses, or just letting them know. And a lot of time they can probably go to the medical doctor and maybe switch medicine. And that, will lessen the dry mouth.
All right.
And in addition, we also recommend more frequent dental visits. So we can do more cleaning per year.
The rinses you talk about, are those the over-the-counter ones?
They have over-the-counter. It's just, like I said,
the fluoride rinse
different.
and that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
We want to make sure we customize each patient to what they need.
So it might be different for each person.
So if it's not minor, over-the-counter is fine, but it's more advanced, and maybe we want to have them do a medicated rinse, where we write a prescription.
All right. Now, what about just in general? People, maybe, they're fine, not any real problems, but they just want to look a little bit better.
Yeah. So I think
we can talk about smile rejuvenation.
Yes.
We have some slideshows. Oh yeah, talk about that. There's that slideshow right there.
We see a lot of patients that we hit after 40. I think it's kind of like a car. If your car has been, you've been driving it for so many years, you may need a new paint job, or just maybe a new car. So in teeth, as we age, we're clenching, we're grinding the teeth, or we're wearing down the teeth just from normal wear and tear, from eating, from all the years of sports and all that. You may have chipped some teeth or cracked some teeth, or some patients love to chew ice when they're younger, so they have cracks in them. So we're recommending that, one, as we age, we get gum recession. So with gum recession, you get a lot more open space in your gums, and doing smile rejuvenation, such as porcelain veneers or aesthetic bonding, can close up those gaps to make you look younger.
All right.
Or even remove old fillings. Some patients have old fillings for years, and they tend to wear down and crack around. And most of the time, amazingly, when we remove those old fillings, you can see recurrent decay underneath there. Yeah, so sometimes you cannot detect on the X-ray because they are small. So by checking the patient's mouth, if we see some fillings that are old and could have the crack lines, we would recommend to remove them. And especially it's the old silver fillings that we replace with the new technique. The color, tooth color, or resin, resin or porcelain.
And that is done like you said, it could be a couple of reasons, for aesthetics, or there could be a problem with that. All right.
Yeah, usually if the filling is cracked, we want to remove the filling and make the tooth stronger by putting a new filling and bond it to the tooth, and that will strengthen the teeth.
When you do something like that, how long is that? Just a few hours to do that, or do you have to first take out the filling and you just fill it in, or you need to do a mold first, or it depends on what happens to the tooth?
Very good question. So when we do that, there's a direct and indirect. Direct means if you have a small fillings, we can just do within an hour or two in office. But if it requires the crown, partial crowns, inlays, onlays, veneers, then it requires most likely it's 2 visits, because we have to send to the lab. You have a temporary to go home that one day and then come back the second visit.
All right.
When the lab already fabricate your custom crowns.
Okay. Yeah, I was kind of wondering if that would.
Or fillings,
But that's obviously if there's more than just.
Yes. So every case is different. Yeah.
What about just in general, as far as, you know, like you just said, rejuvenating your smile, and you know, nothing else is really wrong, and people just want to look a little bit better. I know you have different techniques for that.
Well, the first thing is to whiten your teeth. You will see how much younger you look by have whiter teeth, and that's just the most conservative way. If there's nothing wrong with your teeth, whiten them. And I would recommend, even you have white teeth, you can maintain the whiteness because of your eating habits. I drink a lot of coffee and tea, so I use my bleaching almost on a weekly basis just to remove those stains. And, yeah.
And you know, when you have that done, I know you've talked about this before, there's different levels. In other words, you want your teeth to still look natural. So there's different levels of whiteness. Maybe you take it to a certain point and then, you know, they can figure out that's good for me, and then now it's just maintaining that.
So we do have in-office?
Yes.
And
we do
take-home?
the in-office and the take-home. And the funny thing is, sometimes just a quick polish, a cleaning and a polish will whiten at least 1 to 2 shades.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of patients, sometimes they come in, they're like, you know, or at home, they're brushing really hard, trying to whiten their teeth. And they think that because their teeth are yellow, they have to brush harder, and they're doing more damage. And, you know, so I think sometimes when they go to the dentist and they see our hygienist, we're able to clean and polish and rejuvenate them.
Right. And haven't you always said when it comes to a toothbrush, you really want a soft one, irregardless of...
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to brush it very gently.
Yeah. You don't need to be...
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're going to do more damage if you brush hard.
Yeah.
You actually do more damage, especially as our gum recede.
Okay. And the usual flossing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, make sure brushing and flossing go together. Yeah.
Let me ask you about something like that. Just, you know, you got all these different brands of floss out there, and not, you know, whatever brand it may be, but you do have the the really cheap ones, and I know you buy the little the ones that are on the stick and all that, which makes things a little bit easier. But I know, I don't know, a few weeks back, I was getting them for my daughter. We were at Target, and you could see the really cheap ones. And I go, you know what? As soon as you put those in, those are going to snap. And now you got floss stuck, and spend more and get something that's whatever brand it is, but it's going to be a little bit more useful.
For flossing, I recommend the waxed.
Okay.
And exactly what you said. I buy the green ones.
Yeah.
They're Glide.
Yeah, that's what we have at home. Okay.
Yeah. Glide actually Glide breaks easier than the unwaxed.
Oh, really?
Yes, the unwaxed it will last you longer, but if the floss is not waxed, I think if you don't do it right, you can hurt your gum more.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard.
Yeah.
And,
but that's what we use. We use that brand.
Yeah, Glide is the best, and it's exactly like the name. It glides in.
Yeah.
It slides into the gum. So.
And just a little trick, your teeth are kind of like moon shape, C shape. So when you floss, kind of wrap around instead of just go straight up and down. You'll be able to remove more if you kind of wrap around like a C shape.
Okay.
As I tell patients all the time when I educate them about brushing and flossing, that's little tips really helped.
All right.
But February is the Dental Month Awareness. We would like to invite you all to come in for a free consultation.
Great.
And if there's need to have any treatment, we always offer 20% right across for our residents here. And at home, if you want to, you can do, self-test just kind of feel yourself for any kind of lumps or bumps. And if there's any suspicions, come on in. We do more of the screening detection for oral cancer. And if we find anything that's very unusual, we send out for a biopsy because early detection is very, very important in oral health.
That's true. Thank you very much. Did you want to add something? You look like
I just
you're
want
going
to
to say
add, if you brush your teeth or floss your teeth, and when you spit out a little bit of blood, come in and see us right away.
Okay. All right.
That's an early sign right away.
Very good. Good to see you. Doctors, thank you. Take care.
Ken.
All right, we'll be right back.
In a land of hopes and dreams lived a luxury lifestyle consultant with spectacular taste. One day he thought, I'll show lottery winners how to live like a millionaire.
I'm like gonna cry. Like, this is beautiful.
Pinch me. He scoured the land looking for the home of their dreams, which he slayed. So the families could live in plenty and live fabulously ever after.
All new My Lottery Dream Home, Friday night at 9 on HGTV.
Hi, I'm Vince Ferragamo. I spent some of my best years as an NFL quarterback, but today I've got a new team, and we're helping seniors who spent their best years fighting for our country, defending our freedom, and informing the nation. Our hometown heroes need help. AgeWell Senior Services is their lifeline. Nonprofit AgeWell can do all of this because you care enough to give. Please join me in supporting AgeWell. Donate today.
Hi, I'm Ann Mundell Noel, audiologist and owner of Amazing Hearing. As an audiologist, I have the education and expertise to assess, diagnose, and treat hearing loss. Hearing aids are only one part of the treatment process. The way we have been taught to fit, counsel, and use hearing therapy is what makes us different. Amazing Hearing, audiologists with the education, expertise, and empathy to change how you hear.
At the Memorial Care Breast Center, Saddleback, you will always find a friendly face to guide you through your annual mammogram visit. Our staff, dedicated subspecialist breast radiologists, knowledge, and innovative technology await your visit to our center. With the Laguna Woods shuttle service right at our sidewalk, this convenient location offers you quick access for your appointment. You can expect nothing but the best for all your breast health needs at Memorial Care Breast Center, Saddleback.
And I'd like to welcome back Eileen Ordway. She is, of course, really an advocate and a longtime member of our library here and a volunteer over there. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Welcome back. Happy New Year.
Happy New
and
Year.
Someone else who I haven't seen yet.
Yes, Donna Daub was here last month to talk about the book clubs.
Yeah, which are ongoing. And I mentioned that people can still join those whenever they want.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
and
lots of book clubs.
They can come in and get the whole reading list for the whole year.
Yeah,
in
and
advance.
there's a lot.
Yeah.
3 different clubs, right?
Yes.
But one thing you want to talk about is your expanded book sales. And I recall, a few years back, you used to have a day or two out of the year where you would have sales, and now it was a lot of time consuming. Now, they're just available, right?
Yes, we have right inside at the front door, we have bookcases full of hardback books, DVDs, and paperbacks for sale. The hardback books that are on those shelves have been published within the last 5 years, so they're pretty new. But we get a lot of donations of a lot of older books, and we always check to see if they are something that we have on the shelf. Maybe they're in better shape, and we'll swap them in and out. But we get so many, and we just can't keep them.
Yeah.
And luckily for us, Saddleback College has people who are willing to come and pick them up from us, because it gets really hard for us to lug all these books to someplace like the other libraries or to Goodwill. That's why we don't have the book sale anymore, because it's just too hard to store all the things for a couple months and then get them out on the patio and get rid of them. But we've got a couple sections of empty space that we had since we got these new bookshelves that we never filled from where we had bargain buys before. And so now we're going to take those older hardback books, and then some even that we weed off of our own shelves because they haven't been checked out, and offer them up for 50 cents each, a suggested donation of 50 cents. So hopefully they'll get a little bit of a second life. Even yesterday I was labeling some to put out on the shelf, things that we've had on our shelves for 3 years, they haven't been checked out. And I actually took 2 home because I was like, oh, I don't remember seeing this, and it looked interesting. So we're hoping that some people will find
that's a good
give
way
them
to
a
do
new
it.
lease on life. And for people who go on trips, it would be great to just spend, maybe $2 or $3 bucks and take a couple books with you, and it doesn't matter if you bring them back. You can leave them wherever you are.
Yeah, that's nice. And what you're showing here too is just a jar that the money goes to the Kiwanis Club.
Oh, well, no, that's a separate thing. The
okay.
Kiwanis, but we do. We just have a little
donation.
container up front where people put the money. The Kiwanis Club, they have this container here at our library, and they take old eyeglasses. So we just got a letter from them. Yeah,
right.
we just got. Yeah, it's hard to tell what's in there. We just got a letter from them.
That's
that
a great
last
idea.
year, they got 184 pairs of eyeglasses just from people in the village, and then they repurpose them and get them out to people who have a hard time affording their own, brand new glasses.
Yeah, that's really nice.
So they wanted to thank specifically all the residents of the village who donate to them, and we're asking that people start to look in their drawers and they have glasses tucked away in the back that they'll never need again.
Yeah.
Bring them in and they'll be put to good use.
Good point, because once you're past your prescription, what good are they?
You might hang on to the last pair you have just in case something happens to the current ones, but you don't need 3 or 4 old, ones that are, 3, 4, 5 years old.
Yeah, very good. That's nice.
So it's a great way to donate something that's useless to you now.
Now, your paperbacks are expanding?
Yeah, we got a bequest, and we've decided to use it to buy brand new paperbacks. Up to this point, we only have, other than one small thing we did last year, the paperbacks are only donated. So whatever we get we put on the shelves.
I didn't know that.
And we last year we got a donation from the Foundation of Laguna Woods Village, and we used that to buy large print paperbacks. But now we're going to use it for current.
What's the reasoning? They're just easier to cart around?
Yes. That a lot of people don't want the heavy books, and we don't check them out. They're on the honor system, so you take them, keep them as long as you need to, and then bring them back when you're done.
All right.
We kind of, every time somebody brings them back, we mark the date on the back so we can see whether it's going in or not, in or out, and then if it's something that's not popular, we can weed it and make room for something new.
Yeah.
New to us.
Yeah, I can see where people would want paperbacks.
Yes, and we do have a section of shelves in our paperback area that we put things that were published in 2019. Now, and it'll be 2020, but it's really sparse. We just don't get the donations of those in a timely manner. So we're going to use this bequest to do that. And so we're asking people, as they come in, if there's something that they'd like us to get, or a particular author or a particular genre that maybe we don't get, just let the supervisor on the desk know what you're interested in, and we'll try and find those.
Okay. Yeah,
one of the things I think
idea.
we're going to do is buy a subscription to like the Romance Month, Book of the Month type of thing, because they go fast. They're in and out. Yeah.
As far as volunteers, do you need any at the time?
We actually just got 2 people who started last month and 2 people who are starting this week. So right now we're okay, but. If there's anybody out there with library experience and they'd like to put in a couple hours, even a month, I think we're going to need to start having more people catalog things and label paperbacks to put out on the shelves.
All right.
Yeah.
And we got your hours on the screen.
Yes.
So that people can stop
Monday
by.
through Saturday. Well, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we're open 10 to 4. Wednesday, 10 to 7. And then Saturday, 10 to 1.
All right, very good. Always good to see you.
Good to see you too, Ken.
Take care,
Thanks.
and we'll be right back.
I'm a strong believer that there's something for everyone out there. But some people never stop searching. I've looked long and hard through these parts, and I thank my lucky stars I stumbled across a special place, a unique place, where you never know what you'll find. The Trading Post, only on Channel 6.
Under the RadNet umbrella, prostate imaging is one of our most important men's health initiatives. We have an exclusive team of prostate-dedicated radiologists that read thousands of images from all around the globe. These radiologists are utilizing advanced technologies such as prostate MRI, which offers some of the most detailed visual representations of the prostate gland. When it comes to men's health issues, listen to your body and take a proactive approach. Talk to your doctor, begin screening, and take charge of your health.
Thank you for joining us. Today I have Dr. John Cruz, who's going to talk to me about artificial intelligence in RadNet. Well, it sounds like such a futuristic thing, but it's really happening.
Well, it's really not futuristic at all. Actually, artificial intelligence is basically using the computers to do functions that we've generally thought were things that the human mind would do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been in radiology for many years. In fact, one of the first areas that AI was really used in radiology was the creation of the CT scanner.
Okay.
With a CT scanner, you basically put x-rays through the body, but you put them in different directions, and a human being cannot interpret that data. It has to go through a computer, which uses that data to create cross-sectional images in the body.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was really one of the first major breakthroughs of AI in radiology, but nobody called it AI at that time.
Right.
And right now, and the term AI really comes out of the computational world, where people have tried to replace a lot of human intelligence, basically using models in a computer that mimic the way we know nerves function in the human brain. And that's why people started using the term artificial intelligence, because there's a way to create a model of the human brain action, but in a computer.
Okay.
RadNet is using this in a number of different ways right now. The hottest topic most people are interested in is taking images that a human normally looks at and makes a diagnosis or interprets, and having a computer look at that image information and make a similar diagnosis.
Okay.
That may be a very important area of AI in the future, but it's actually only a small area where we're currently using AI right now.
Okay. All right.
Other areas where we're using AI right now is to help in patient billing, to make patient billing much more accurate. Right now, because of all the different insurance companies, all the different models out there, it's very hard for both RadNet and the patients to know what their actual costs are going to be at the time they come in for imaging. And that's uncomfortable for both the patient and for RadNet.
Right.
And so right now we're using AI algorithms to give the patient an accurate estimate of what their bill is going to be at the time that they present. And that's good for both sides.
That's
and then there are less surprises coming down the road.
Exactly.
And so we've currently worked with a group out of Massachusetts General Hospital, where we have a joint venture, and they've developed the algorithms to let us be more accurate in that area.
Okay.
Other areas where AI is being used right now are by the MRI companies, because there we have to take very complex data that has to do with magnetic interactions inside human cells and create an image out of those. And it looks like we can significantly shorten the amount of time a patient has to be in the MRI scanner by using artificial intelligence to let us reconstruct images inside the human body with a lot less data than we've needed in the past.
Oh, that's great.
And give us better images at a faster time period.
Okay.
So that's also, and all the manufacturers of MRI equipment are actively involved in researching those techniques.
And that's available today?
That is just becoming available today.
Okay, that's
right.
great. Does that change your costs as a company?
Where it may affect RadNet as a company is it may allow us to do more patients in less time on a given scanner, and therefore have the average cost to us of a scan be less.
Excellent. Excellent. And then how can a patient benefit from having these advances? Obviously, less time, maybe less fear.
There are a lot of different ways where patients will benefit from these, and it's only starting right now. One is it may substantially decrease the amount of time they have to lie in the scanner, which for a lot of people is very uncomfortable to be in that scanner. There's other artificial intelligence to make sure that when you're in the scanner, we get all the information we need. Occasionally now we don't get all the information. The patients have to come back and be rescanned, but artificial intelligence may monitor that, monitor the data acquisition in real time so that patients don't have to come back.
That's great.
And then there are several ways where artificial intelligence almost certainly will allow us to get more information out of the images, which would benefit the patients and their physician. One is quantitative information, especially in musculoskeletal imaging, may be very important. If they partially remove one of your menisci in their knee, we would really like to know how much of the meniscus is left in place, because that has to tell us a lot about the prognosis of how that joint is going to do in the future. And there are a lot of other areas where quantitative information will be very valuable. Right now, for humans, it's virtually impossible for us to do that. It's extremely time-consuming and not very accurate. But computers are currently being programmed to do that with artificial intelligence to be able to do it instantaneously, much more accurately with humans. So there's a lot more information that can be useful to the patient that we will be able to get out of the same images in the future due to artificial intelligence.
That's excellent. That's excellent. And then how will artificial intelligence change how doctors are practicing the medicine?
Well, it's going to be a profound change for all doctors. Right now, the amount of data that's in the medical system on patients is astronomically large. So large that individual doctors really can't evaluate it all accurately. So a lot of the data that we have, a lot of lab information, imaging information, isn't really efficiently used in patient management because there's just too much of it to use.
Right.
And there are a number of artificial intelligence algorithms right now that can take that huge amount of data, distill it down much more effectively than humans so that all that information can be used in patient management.
Will doctors have to be trained on how to use it, or will it be automatic?
Doctors will have to be trained, but it'll be an ongoing kind of training. It'll never end. As more and more artificial intelligence is developed, it will be gradually implemented into practice. It's like a lot of people, when you initially had cell phones, it was very easy, and then you got smartphones. And right now, if you want to do something on your smartphone, no one has really trained most people how to use an iPhone, but a lot of people are very sophisticated at getting information out of it because they use it on a daily basis.
Exactly.
So a lot of the physician training in AI is going to be and what drives much of what you do on an iPhone is artificial intelligence that's built into the iPhone. That same sort of use of artificial intelligence that most people are used to in a smartphone are going to be throughout medicine, and doctors are going to learn it as they go, most of the time without official training, but with ongoing use and understanding.
And is RadNet currently rolling this out, or is it something that's going to be happening here in the next weeks, months?
New artificial intelligence that people are really interested in right now has not been rolled out yet.
Okay.
We are currently in the planning stages for a number of different ways to do it. and we're testing some of them, but we actually haven't rolled it out into our general practice of medicine yet.
Okay, well, something to look forward to. It sounds very exciting.
Right.
Thank you.
So.
Thank you very much for your time.
Certainly, Lisa. Thank you.
And if you'd like more information about what we've just discussed, please visit radnet.com.
Jewelry Box. It's about trust.
Do you buy gold?
Yes, we do.
Do you buy diamond rings?
We do.
Do you buy watches?
We do.
Do you buy silver?
We do.
Do you buy these?
Yes, we do.
Gold, diamonds, jewelry, or sterling silver. The Jewelry Box of Lake Forest makes it easy to get top dollar for your treasures. No appointment necessary. Simply come in and walk out with money for your valuables.
Whether it's one ring or an entire estate.
We buy it all.
Welcome back. Well, today we have the Bowers Museum, and Victoria Gerard is going to tell us all about a very exciting exhibit that's coming up. Ken is coming unglued. I mean, he is so excited about this because, of course, it's something that everybody loves.
Yes.
And welcome. Thank you so much for being with us. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So let's just launch right in.
Sure.
Go ahead and tell me what the Bowers Museum is going to have starting in March.
So in March, we're going to have a show in partnership with the Walt Disney Archives. So we're very excited. The opening day is March 7th.
Okay.
And it's a really special occasion, actually, because the Archives is turning 50 this June.
Right.
So this exhibition really celebrates their big anniversary, but also allows the public to kind of walk into the Archives itself. So you experience exactly what it's like to be in Burbank if you had the opportunity to go there to research, and then kind of get to see all of the different collections the Archives takes care of, and learn about how they acquire these things and what they do to share it.
So we're showing the picture right now, which I'm assuming is Walt Disney's desk and kind of what his office would have looked like.
Yes, so the archive also takes care of what they call Suite 3H, which was Walt's, kind of office area in Burbank. And this setup we'll have at the museum is actually the desk that was used in the film Saving Mr. Banks.
Oh,
so it's extra cool because Tom Hanks sat behind it. So that's personally, I'm kind of excited about that. But it's really cool because people can kind of see all the knickknacks and office decor that Walt had around him. So
perfect. And then you said that you're going to talk about, well, it's going to show how they acquired these things. Is it the Archives that acquires it, or tell me how that worked?
Now it's the Archives. So the story really is talking about how the first archivist, Dave Smith, kind of pulled all these documents and things that he was finding together at the beginning of this adventure, so to speak. And I don't want to give too much away, but you'll kind of understand now, given that Disney also owns other studios, not just animation, right? We're talking about ABC and Fox. You'll see how they kind of incorporate some of those live action props and costumes into their collection as well.
Okay, all right, awesome. And there's another photo that we have, which is of Donald Duck, and maybe you can tell me a little bit about that.
Well, so this kind of speaks to the fact that there's a lot of historical important imagery in the exhibit as well. So there is a lot of art, and there's a special area dedicated to what an animator's desk would look like, and that's centered around the Fantasia movie. So there's some sculptural models from Fantasia and in-process concept drawings and that sort of thing. So it's going to be really, really great, and I think the best thing about Disney is these images, kind of stir up stories in us of happy times, and everyone has a Disney story. But we wanted to bring this to Bowers because Disney is so much part of the OC story, right? So we do have some Disneyland content as well to hit on that touch point for our locals. But, everyone really has something to share about Disney. So with all the different content in the show, we're hoping that it can spark some happy conversation.
And you had mentioned that this has taken you quite some time to put together. What did you have to go through?
Sure. Well, so all these exhibitions are so very different, but in the case of Disney, you know, it was just kind of starting from really basic conversations and seeing what worked for, you know, both the archives and the Bowers Museum and moving forward. So it's definitely taken well over a year. You know, in my time at Bowers, sometimes exhibits have taken 2 to 3 years to put together. There's a lot of course, you know, just kind of talking about concept, but then the logistics of getting things to us. You know, people who know the Bowers know we've worked with places all over the world, so it's actually exciting to work with Disney because things are coming right from LA as opposed
so a lot
to
quicker than coming from
China
another country,
or what have you. So that's kind of exciting. But that being said, there's still a lot of logistics. There will be vehicles included in the exhibition, more than one.
Everything.
Yeah, so you can just imagine kind of the things we're talking through about getting some of these historic vehicles down to Santa Ana.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's going to be starting March 7th. But beyond that, I mean, no, that's very exciting for everybody here in Orange County. But beyond that, you have 8 ongoing exhibits. Tell me a little bit about those exhibits.
Sure. So the Bowers has been open for over 80 years, and so we've amassed a permanent collection of over 100,000 objects. So we have a lot to share. And in these 8 permanent galleries, we do share some of the artifacts that we find people relate to the best and school children can benefit from. So we have California history galleries, and that includes painting, our California Impressionism. That's so, again, important to the California OC story. But we also have the gallery about China and Chinese history, and the gallery about the Pacific Islands in the oceanic area. And we do rotate new things into that gallery especially quite often. We've just actually kind of recurated it a bit. So if you've been to Bowers and you've seen that before, you might see something new.
Well, that's probably a good idea because then if you can keep it within the same genre and then people can come back, oh, you know, they've got new stuff I want to go see.
Absolutely.
So that's great. I mean,
yeah, we try to share every Thursday something that is not on view. We have a collections blog, and that goes out through social media, but if you're a member, you can sign up for our e-newsletter about it as well. So we also kind of use the digital realm to exhibit, if you will, and share our treasures.
That's awesome. I mean, it's a big museum. You guys have so much to offer, as well as food.
Yes, and you know, we kind of like to say you can have a full day at Bowers. So we have a really great and robust program schedule as well. There's lots of lectures and hands-on activities for families, and we have special programs for seniors as well.
Good. Good. Tell me a little bit about some of the senior programs.
So we have a program called Anne's Treasures, and it's a kind of an art program for seniors. So every, twice a month, I think it's the 2nd and 4th Thursdays of the month, we have a hands-on art making program, and the projects kind of change up. So on the docket for February and March are some collage projects, some flower pounding projects, things that will be themed to the exhibits. And our director of community outreach leads that and walks these seniors through some complicated art projects, but basically to show that anyone can be an artist and at any skill level. So that's a really great program, and that's been running for quite some time. So it's very popular, and people make lots of friends. So
now, do they have to get reservations for something like that?
Yeah, you can buy tickets in advance or when you come to the museum the day of. So our website's always the place to go if you want to do things ahead of time.
All right, and let's talk a little bit about some of the senior discounts. I mean, you have special pricing for seniors. Is it 55 and over, 65? How does it work?
I believe it's 60 plus. And it's a membership for seniors. So you basically becoming a member means that you get access every time you come to the museum for free. If there's a special exhibition that's a different ticket price, you have to pay a small upcharge after the first time you visited that show. So for Disney, for instance, there's just a negligible fee after you use your 2 free tickets. But you also get special pricing on programs. There's always a member discount. So this Treasures program or any lectures, you get a discount in the gallery store as well, which is kind of the best to have a really great store right at the museum to get a unique gift.
That's great. Well, you know, I haven't been to the Bowers Museum in such a long time.
You have to come down.
I know, and we know Ken will be right on that doorstep on March 7th.
To meet Mickey, I'm sure.
You know he will be. Let's just recap one more time about the new exhibit with Disney.
Yes.
That's going to start March 7th.
Yes, and tickets actually, if you're a member, you can buy a ticket right now for special programs as well. But the ticket sales will go live for everyone on the 1st of February.
The 1st of February. Okay, well, that's right around the corner.
Yep.
All right, well, excellent. Thank you so much for the information. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Okay. And if you would like to be the first one to get tickets to the Disney exhibit, you can go to bowers.org to check it out and buy your ticket. We'll be right back.
Did you know that the Laguna Hills Lodge was originally built as a place for relatives or friends to stay when they were visiting? In 1968, Laguna Woods' residents built the first 2 buildings of the lodge because they wanted a place close by for visitors to stay. Since then, the lodge has become the spare bedroom for the Laguna Woods' residents. The lodge has received the TripAdvisor Award of Excellence 8 years in a row. We invite you to stay in one of our recently remodeled garden rooms and take advantage of a special offer for Laguna Woods' residents, family, and friends.
And our movie coming up today is Little Women, not the one that was just out, that won a couple Academy Awards, but the original, well, not really the original either. This version came out in 1949. There was one that came out, I think, about 15 years before that. But this was a really quite acclaimed movie at the time with a huge cast in it. And of course, you know the story of the March sisters. You have Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy. And also, this is about the family and about these young women, and really about the struggles they go through, and the book that stems from this. And I had said the other day that I always thought this was a true story, and it's not. It's really was just a novel that was written around 1860 or so, and it was about their lives somewhat, but it really was stretched quite a bit as well. A great movie, great cast. June Allison, Peter Lawford, Margaret O'Brien, Liz Taylor, and Janet Leigh in Little Women. And I think you're going to really find this a very well done movie. And it's interesting when you watch this movie compared to the one that's out now, is kind of the lighting that they use, where nowadays they want to use more realistic lighting. So when they're inside their home, you know, it's darker and a lot of shadows in it, where this one is so flatly lit, as movies were back then, simply because of the technology. But an excellent film. You'll enjoy this. That's today at 2 and at 6. And then a real classic coming up on Friday. The original, the movie that started it all as far as animated features, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And this came out back in 1938. It was Walt Disney's very first animated feature. Quite a gamble at the time. It cost, I think, something like $2 million, which was huge back then, and took them about 3 to 4 years to make. And as I said, it was quite a gamble because no one thought anyone would go and watch basically a cartoon for an hour and a half. Well, Walt proved them wrong. In fact, adjusted for inflation, this movie and its first run made nearly $1 billion. So it made like something like $160 million. So this was a hit from the very start, and over time I think has made something like $6 billion from the time it, showing it over the years and DVDs and all that. So still a success and still an excellent movie, and of course the music is fantastic. That will be on Friday at 2 o'clock and at 7 o'clock, and they're redoing that ride at Disneyland right now as we speak. They're kind of changing things around on it. All right, Hearing Wall Club is meeting tomorrow. That is Tuesday, and that will be at the Performing Arts Center, Dining Room 2. You are welcome, even if you're not have ever been to one of these meetings. They're always welcoming folks to come by, see what they're all about. And this one, they're going to be starting. Their guest speaker is talking about rehab, sort of like physical therapy for your ears and brain that helps your hearing comprehension with or without hearing aids. So you're welcome to stop on by. It will be at, the doors open at 1:30, and then the program will start at 2 o'clock. Again, over at the Performing Arts Center in Dining Room 2. And Tony Berrient, she is the president of that club and does a lot of good work. They have great information, and she's always trying to showcase new technologies and make it clear for you if you're seeking information about hearing aids, whatever it might be, how to go about that and really help folks out. Now, our friends over at Adapt to It also, no, not tomorrow, on Thursday, February 13th, they're going to have a Love Your Leg Day. And I like how they put it here. Join us for our event with their vendors for a day of head-to-toe health. So if you have problems and with your legs or feet, whatever it might be, that's what they're going to really be showcasing that day. They will have free food and drink, so stop on by between 1 and 5 p.m., and that is again on Thursday, right there on the corner of El Toro Road and Paseo de Valencia. Adapt to It, a lot of fun. Good folks over there. They can help you out with a lot of different things. And we've talked about this before, but Frankie Avalon is coming to the Performing Arts Center, and this will be one performance only. March 7th, that's a Saturday at 7 p.m., and whenever you get a big name hit, a big name like this, who had many, many hits over the years, this often sells out. So if you're interested, you can pick up your tickets at the Performing Arts Center or call 597-4288. And that's a big one. It's going to be a fun, fun concert. All right, the weather. I'm looking outside in the morning. It's already clearing up, and so I think morning drizzle is pretty much gone. It is going to be windy out there throughout the day, and the strong winds are supposed to continue into tomorrow about noon. It shouldn't be quite as bad as it was like a week and a half ago, but there's certain areas that they are saying could be quite strong. So we'll see if it makes it here. Look at the temperatures, though. Really nice out. It doesn't seem like it's going to get to 70, but all the sources I looked at say that. So there you go. All right, we're running out of time, so we'll see you tomorrow. Advanced Air Care, Laguna Premier Realty, Women's Transitional Center, and then the Hogue Golf Classic down there in Newport Beach. See you tomorrow.
He was very kind to people who maybe needed someone to be kind. And her love heals me.